blessing, right? We're going down there driving a little bit before that, actually, and we end up punting and get a big-time interception there by our defense. What a play there to put us in position, and obviously great job by the offense to continue to put me in position to go out there and succeed. Just a great moment for this team. Coach Freeman often talks about team glory, and that's what I want to do every single time I step out there, is give our team the opportunity to achieve team glory. Yeah, so as specialists, myself, Reno Monteforte, and my holder, Chris Salerno, we work a lot with a sports psychologist, just as a whole specialist group, and we prepare for moments like that. We talk about, there's a lot of emotions that can go into moments like that, but we want to handle those emotions after the kick, right? So, handle our business while we're out there, and obviously a great snap by Reno, perfect laces, being able that Chris Salerno doesn't have to do a lot of work with the hold, which makes, at that point, when I see the ball down, the ball kicks itself at that point. So being able to see the ball clean and just trusting my process that I've done millions of times all the way back to when I started kicking, just to be able to go out there and execute was awesome. Yeah, you come to Notre Dame for big moments like this, right? And that moment meant to me that this team gets to go play for a national championship, which is so awesome. And I'm just blessed to be a part of it. I dream of big moments like that. And I'm prepared anytime I get put in that situation. I think the brand that Notre Dame provides, you always have a lot of eyes on you, right? It's a big-time brand in college football with a lot of tradition to it, and that's why I came here. Being able to go out there and play for such a big-time school that's putting a lot of big-time moments and has a lot of eyes on it is what you want as a college football player, and that's why I think anybody that has Notre Dame on their mind should choose that school, and that's why I came here, and a lot of other people chose that as well. Yeah, so I grew up a lot playing a lot of golf with a lot of buddies that I grew up with. Those guys all play in college now for golf, so I relate a kicker's process a lot to a golfer of you got a lot of time in between shots or kicks. I love to go out there and pick a target line, pick a spot in the background, take my steps, make sure I'm properly aligned, and I'm swinging to that spot in the background that I pick. That's kind of my mental process, very similar to a golfer. You're picking your target line, you're making sure you're aligned, and your swing obviously is going to that spot as well. Man, there's so many different ones. When I was back at South Carolina, there's plenty there. But being able to come up to Notre Dame, and I think just a lot of these moments in the playoff to help this team achieve team glory has been super special. I don't think there's one that sticks out more than most. But I'm just so happy every time I go out there to be able to give this team a chance to win. Ooh, I don't know. I don't really have an answer for that. I think that I guess you can say something in the NFL now that a lot of teams are moving to is the new kickoff rule. I don't know how it would work in college. I think maybe moving the kickoff back a little bit would cause a little bit less touchbacks. If you're looking for more returns in that standpoint. So maybe something with the kickoff, I'm not sure.
What's been your favorite purchase with your NIL?
Oh, favorite purchase. I'm not really a spender. I'm more of a saver. So I've invested a lot of my NIL money. But, man, just having the freedom to maybe take a trip or two, whenever we get some time in the off season, we get a lot of time off in May. So being able to spend some time with some friends and just – maybe take a golf trip or something. That's been fun. Favorite investment? I got into NVIDIA, so that was something that I guess is on the come up that I've been watching a lot, and it's been super cool to kind of have the freedom to be able to get into the investment world as a young individual.
You obviously have one of the coolest picks of your
Yeah, we are obviously excited to be here at the national championship, but I wouldn't say that it was like a sigh of relief or anything. We're obviously chasing what Coach Freeman talks about, team glory, all the time. So being able to go out there and execute a kick for team glory, for this team, it wasn't about me, it was about my brothers kind of thing. I'm just so excited that I played a small part in this opportunity to be able to play in the national championship. I talk a lot about, we're driving a little bit before that, and we end up punting, and the defense makes a big-time play for us to be able to be put into position. Obviously, the offense makes a drive to get me into position to go out there and execute with my long snapper, Reno Monteforte, and my holder, Chris Salerno, and the whole field goal unit. I could talk about those guys for days about just how detailed they are. But the opportunity to be able to play in this national championship is such a special thing for this program and this team.
Being such a specialist, obviously the Sugar Bowl against Georgia, that game pretty much completely flipped in about 30 seconds there right into the half. Does that go back to just the culture and bond you guys have as a special team unit and taking back to practice in the summer? Can you just talk about that for a little bit, how the special teams was able to completely flip the Sugar Bowl side?
Yeah, coming from an SEC school before I got to Notre Dame, I'd played against Georgia every single year in my career. But when we knew Coach Freeman talked about the whole week that game was going to be a 4-quarter battle, 60 minutes. And I know that, you say the tide changed a little bit before the half, but, we knew that game was going to be a battle for all 4 quarters. Going out there, getting the kickoff to return at the beginning of the second half, that obviously was a big momentum swing for us. But we still were locked in the whole time of, these guys are known to come back throughout games. And we knew that we just had to continue to go out there and handle business and control the game from that standpoint. My favorite moment in Notre Dame, I wouldn't necessarily say it's been on the football field. I would say that the connections at Notre Dame that I've made here through the Mendoza College of Business and other places like that I've been getting my degree in have been substantial. I've been doing a lot of networking, a lot of stuff like that with this Notre Dame network. Only being here for a year, I don't have as much time as some of the guys that maybe come here for 4 to 5 years. But being able to make those connections with such a special network that this place has probably been my favorite moment and something that I'll cherish for the rest of my life.
Thank you. Good luck.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Mitch, how vital has it been for your father being a chiropractor and being able to help you recover? How vital was that in your process?
Yeah, my dad has been a big part of, my athletic career my whole life. I would say both my parents have been. My mom, obviously, she's kind of there, anytime I'm up or down, I call her like every day to talk to her. So she's been a super big part of that as well. But my dad, obviously, when I got injured, was a big part of that. Being able to, he'd be coming up for games, would come up a couple of days early to help me in my process get right. And I'm super thankful for him to kind of accelerate that healing process. Chiropractic is about aligning the body, and he helped myself become aligned again, which allowed the muscles and everything else around my body become healed faster. So super thankful for him. He's been a big part of my life and everything that I've done so far this season, and I'm super thankful.
Now, how much of a day that's a help, obviously, physically, but emotionally, mentally, how much did that put you back on the right track as well?
Yeah, I wouldn't say that mentally it was much different of I changed my mindset or anything. It was just of how does my body feel, and he helped me get my body feeling right again, getting stronger, and mentally I'd say just the confidence that I have to go out there and when my body feels good, I feel like I can go out there and execute every single time. So I guess getting my body feeling 100% was the first thing that I felt.
I know you probably kicked the Sound Mercedes Benz Stadium before when you were at South Carolina, but you didn't kick it the last time Notre Dame played Georgia Tech.
Yep.
What did you learn from Zach Yokel, the guy that had a few opportunities to go out there and kick in your place when you were recovering? What are those conversations like?
Yeah, it's kind of surreal, this moment, just being full circle of coming. I guess the first game that I was injured was the Georgia Tech game here in the Benz, right? So being able to come back and play in the national championship in this moment. I'd never played in this stadium. I've played in other indoor stadiums, but I've talked to a lot of other kickers that have played in this stadium, including Zach. He's obviously got a great mindset of going out there just trying to execute every time. We were in communication a lot of the time when I was injured, trying to what does his mindset look like? What could maybe I give him to help? Maybe something as a new kicker, playing in games, try to accelerate that process a little bit. But being in this opportunity in the Mercedes-Benz Superdome for the national championship is a great opportunity.
Last question. Marty Biaggi, everything that he's going through off the field, family-wise, how have you been there for him and kind of help rejuvenate his kingdom right now with the name, and how has he helped you as well?
Yeah, he's a guy that's just been so locked in spiritually and has helped me spiritually as well. Just being so in the moment of trusting God and making sure that he's got a plan the whole time. Obviously he's got, a lot of stuff going on in his life too, as we all do. And I'm super thankful that he comes in every single day and gives everything to this place in Notre Dame. He's got such a history here with his family, and I'm just so happy he's a part of this team.
Does it feel good to be playing close to home?
Absolutely, yeah. Being in the SEC, close to Atlanta. I'm from around Charlotte, so it's not too far. Got a lot of family coming down to this one, and it's definitely at Notre Dame the closest game I've been to home. So that's a good feeling.
Thanks, Mitch.
8, I think. Yeah. Yeah, all I hear about, coming from the last couple games is, hey, I think your dad had some more screen time than you did. So I really appreciate that from the ESPN staff and you guys for giving him that opportunity. Obviously, he played a huge part in me getting back on the field healthy. So I'm super thankful for that. And with his business, I know he's been super busy all the time, but he's definitely had a lot more people come in talking about my injury and the process to get back. So we're super appreciative for that. I have, yeah.
Is he always that calm?
He's been recording me for a long time, ever since I was a soccer player back in high school, all the way coming up through my football days. So he's always been the kind of guy to, when I was playing soccer in high school, record me, hopefully to get that film out to colleges, and he's been doing that ever since. Obviously, being on the big stage in college, you don't have to necessarily do that, but that's just something that's his thing. That's what he likes to do, and the calmness is definitely something that he's done a great job with. I don't know if that was my kid in that moment. I don't know if I would have been that calm.
What does he do with the video?
I think he just keeps it maybe to rewatch it himself, maybe show it to some friends. I think he's not very technical savvy, I'd say, all the time. So he doesn't always know I can go get this off the internet or whatever it is. He's got it right there on his phone. So anybody that asks, grandparents or family or any of his friends that want to see that moment, he's got it for them. Yeah. Hey, good to see you. Thank you.
You mentioned that you keep your focus right minutes before kick. How do you keep your focus during these days before kick? How do you shut out all of this distraction around you?
Yeah, we treat it as a team, just like as another opportunity. We have a very finite schedule that we pretty much keep the same throughout the whole season. And that's what we're doing this week as well, having the same practice schedule, meeting schedule, stuff like that. But I'd say mentally, you go out there, just try to execute every single time. The practice reps that you get, every single rep that you've done throughout your career leads up to this moment. So we're super excited and ready for this opportunity.
Do you stay off the phone? Do you stay on social media like in the hours leading up?
Yeah, I mean, I'm not very active on social media when it leads up to games. Just trying to stay in my own moment, my own process. We kind of talk about all the emotions that come after that fact, so we can deal with after. So try to stay away from that stuff. Yes, sir. Thank you. Yeah, a lot of guys here at Notre Dame have the ultimate dream and ultimate goal of playing in the NFL, and that is what the NFL season is, right? So being able to kind of treat that from a body perspective, from mental perspective, of how do you go for 18 to 20 weeks? how do you keep your body healthy for that long? I think it's been really eye-opening to these guys here that have aspirations, have goals of playing in the NFL, because that's how the NFL season is going to be, right? So, but with this season for us, it's just been staying on top of it. We got a great staff, a great strength staff, guys that just keep us fresh and healthy, and we're super thankful for that. Yeah, it's definitely been a long season, right? It's been a roller coaster of emotions. Starting off at Texas A&M, going all the way through the midseason where you get injured, and being able to, have the opportunity to play for a national championship. It's been such a surreal experience, but it's why I came to Notre Dame. Something that you came to Notre Dame for was to compete for a national championship, and just so thankful for that, regardless of anything that's happened this season. Yeah, I guess when we first figured out we were in the college football playoff playing Indiana at home, Coach Freeman talked about, we've got one opportunity to get one more. So every win that we got, we had another opportunity to get one more. And now that we're in the national championship, we have one guaranteed opportunity. This is the last ride with a lot of this family on this team, and we want to make it a great one. So we're just excited about that.
To hang out for a bit. Don't forget, you are being recorded, and someone could be hearing you out there. So.
Perfect.